It is the magic hour of 8 o'clock, folks, and it's Hot Topics tonight. Our topic tonight is our District 19 Spring Conference that is coming up very quickly on our heels. And tonight our guest is our conference chair, Rebecca Flicher. And I know that she has lots of great news for us, so I'm going to turn the meeting over to Rebecca.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Betty. Hi, everyone. I hope you have all had a great Monday and great start to your week. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Rebecca Flicher, and I am the conference chair for our 2021 Spring Conference. So a little bit about me, I am actually part of the Muscatine Toastmasters Club 685 in Muscatine, Iowa. I have been a part of Toastmasters for about 2.5 years, and I have had roles in our public relations role and currently as our president. So what am I talking to you about tonight? Well, as Betty said, it is our conference, and it is going to be a super exciting and fun one. Now, why is that? Well, we are about to make history, and that history is going to be the first ever virtual conference for District 19. So that being said, it is going to be completely virtual via Zoom. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen and are probably continuing to see emails regarding how to sign up and what is going to be all encompassing of this conference. So like I said, it's going to be completely virtual, making history, which is super exciting. And it is going to be Friday, April 30th to Saturday, May 1st. One thing that is really cool about a virtual conference is that you can come and go as you please. You can come and see the contest, you can come to see the different presentations and the different speakers. It's all up to you and what fits in your schedule. And what's also really cool about it is that you can do it anywhere, which means that even if you aren't in Iowa or you are somewhere else or you just want to do it on vacation for some reason, you have the ability to do so. All you need is that connection to internet so you can go onto Zoom. So like I said, it's going to be the end of this month, so April 30th and May 1st, and it is going to be super exciting. So here are some of our highlights, because I know it is very exciting to figure out what is all going to be happening with this conference. So initially, yes, there is going to be our contest. So there is the Humorous Speech Contest and the International Speech Contest. The Humorous Speech Contest will be happening on Friday night, and we will also be working on getting that on like Facebook Live, so that way even if you cannot make it to Zoom, you'll still be able to see it. And all of this will be recorded as well throughout the conference. And then our International Speech Contest is going to be in the afternoon on Saturday. Also with that, we will be making sure to have our business meeting, and also we are going to be doing a meet the candidates sort of function in the morning, so that way everyone can know who the different candidates are for the different roles. So it should be really exciting to have that as well. So some other really cool things for our first ever virtual conference. So in normal conferences, we would do a parade of banners where members would go around and showcase the banners from the different clubs. Well, unfortunately, we cannot do that in person, but we can do a virtual parade of banners. So what that is going to entail is the different clubs can send in pictures of their Zoom meetings, their in-person meetings, their banners that they have for their different clubs, and there's going to be a slideshow that is played throughout the conference, so that way we can still showcase our different clubs and showcase those members as well. We are also going to be having a lot of fun virtual game sessions. So this year's theme is Level Up, which is going to be super cool being a virtual conference, but also because we will have a lot of games in store. So throughout some downtime, we'll have different games such as different Kahoots, trivia, all sorts of fun stuff planned that we are really excited to show you. We also are wanting to still showcase our first-time conference goers. So normally in person, you are able to see the first timers go up to get their food first or kind of have that special experience, but we still want first time conference goers to have that special experience. So they will be getting an email in the next week, asking for a little information so we can showcase this, your name, who you are, what club you're a part of, and really wanting to showcase that, yeah, this is your first time attending a conference, and we want everyone to feel special for that, because it is a big deal to go to one, even if it is fully virtual. Another cool thing is we'll be doing our raffle baskets still at the end. But what's really neat about the raffle baskets this time is that you don't actually have to pay to get a raffle ticket. By registering and getting that initial registration payment done, you are automatically entered into the raffle prizes. So that's really cool. It's really exciting. So everyone who joins has a chance to win those really cool baskets, and those baskets will be donated from different clubs. So if you are an executive committee member, you have probably seen an email regarding those raffle baskets. If not, keep a lookout for that, because we will love to talk to you more about that and try to get those fun, exciting gifts in to showcase the different clubs. And then along with this as well, we are going to have swag bags. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love myself a good swag bag, and we are not disappointing this year. So I kind of mentioned a little bit that there is a fee for registration. There is a $20 fee, but with that fee comes a lot of exciting things. So like I said, you get that cool little swag bag, and in it will be things like a mask that is branded with Toastmasters. We also have mints, so homemade little mints that are going to have a little Toastmasters flair to it, and you'll see once you get them what it looks like and how it showcases Toastmasters. We also have some magnets, and we will have our itinerary in there, so everything you need to know about the day of, and some other fun things such as one of our keynote speakers, David Brooks. You will also be receiving a copy or access to that book as well. So you are getting a lot of fun things, and you are also saving money. So normally with conferences, you are traveling to a destination, so you're paying for driving, so gas, or maybe airfare if you want to fly in, hotel fee, all the going out and eating and grabbing drinks. So there's a lot of money involved. Well, this time it's only $20. You still have all the fun of the conference and being a part of something cool without having to spend all that extra money. So I know I've probably talked your ear off, but there is more to this conference. So along with that, we have different presentations, like I have mentioned. So first is our main keynote speaker, David Brooks. So you may have heard his name before, and he is actually a distinguished Toastmaster speechwriter who has traveled the world from a 7-minute speech contest 30 years ago. He had a world championship speech called Silver Bullets, and it is cited as one of the most memorable contest speeches in history because it makes the audience think, feel, and respond. So with that, he is going to be giving more of a presentation on how to think about speech writing, not for the moment, but for the ages. So how to make your speech memorable from now on. So that will be a really cool presentation happening on Friday night. Along with that, we have a bunch of awesome presentations and speeches that will be coming our way. More detail as to all of those will be coming out in emails in the next couple weeks. But to give a little glimpse as to what they are, we have an improv workshop, we have a workshop on evaluations, and a workshop with feedback loops. We also have a speech on mindful leadership in the COVID era, so how to utilize Zoom more and how to actually be that leader as well. We are also going to be having some presentations by the Liars Bench, which is a Newfoundland group, and they're going to talk about the Scottish tradition of telling stories in rhyme. So that will be a really cool one as well. And we also have an awesome discussion panel and presentation called Speaking in Color, which will be a very informative and very exciting speech to be a part of. So overall, we have a lot of fun things planned for this conference. I know I'm very excited. I know all of our committee is very excited, and we hope that all of you are too. Like I said, yes, it is fully virtual, but we are making history by being the first virtual conference for District 19 for a spring conference. So it's going to be really good, and it's going to be really exciting, and we are happy to be able to talk to you about it, and we hope to see you all there. With that, are there any questions that you might have?
Rebecca, can you tell the people what happens if they really, really can't pay the $20?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Carrie. So if someone cannot pay that $20, we do not want that member or that person to feel like left out of the conference or feel that they cannot attend. That being said, we do have some scholarships available. So if someone would really like to attend the conference but might not be able to afford the $20, please reach out to us. We will be more than happy to make sure to get that scholarship available. If that person does not feel comfortable talking to us right away, you can talk to your executive committee who can reach out to us as well, because we want to make sure as many people who want to go have the chance to go. And like I said, that $20 is because of that swag bag and also that money you are going to save. And it will be mailed to your house within the week before, or your apartment or whatever location, the week before the conference. So it is worthwhile. But yes, like mentioned, if you feel like you cannot afford it, that does not mean that you cannot come. We would love to still have you there and have you be a part of it. Any other questions?
Rebecca, have you had a chance to try out the game room yet and figure out how you're going to offer the games? I'm just real curious about that, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so for our games throughout the conference, we have Atul, who is our game chair, and we're very excited. He has a lot of fun ideas planned, and those are going to be for more of our 15-minute increments, so a little bit more of those breakout rooms that we will have. So you can kind of choose if you want to do Kahoot, like this Kahoot or that Kahoot. We will also have different trivia games, so we're looking at how to do breakout rooms to still do trivia. I know Atul said he has worked on those before, so we're really excited to see what he brings there. As for the evening game rooms, we do have a couple fun things planned. So along, like I said, with some of those games that Atul is planning, we have some other events. So Saturday night, we're looking at doing a little mixology, fun little event there where we will have someone lead how to make different cocktails. So we'll let everyone know what they would need to have ahead of time, but it's going to be kind of a virtual little, yeah, now mix this with this and mix it here and have a fun little cocktail there. So that's how we're planning on doing some of those nighttime, end of the evening kind of conference games. But overall, we'll have some breakout rooms so you can really do what you want. We'll also have some rooms where even if you just want to chat and catch up with some of your Toastmaster friends you haven't been able to see, this will be that chance to do so. So that's a little bit about the games. And I know we're still working out a couple of those details, but it should be super fun.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Mary?
Is there going to be any sort of a store, a district store from buy stuff from the Toastmasters International?
Yeah, Mary, I can take that. We haven't publicized that yet, but we did that actually last year when we didn't have the conference as well. So we can do that. The only issue is delivering, to you, because we have to get things shipped to us and then shipped back out to you guys. But that is definitely a possibility, and you would just have to send orders basically to me, because I'm usually the one that gets all of those. But I'll put that on the list. That's a great question.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other questions? And if you think of any questions later on, feel free to email me. My email should be, I believe, in some of those email communications. So feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or help kind of figure out any sort of thing you have questions on.
Yeah, I did want to tease out a little bit something about those breakout rooms. I know most of you have probably been in meetings where you've been in breakout rooms if you're a part of the DEC, which I recognize a lot of you on the call are part of that. And typically in those breakout rooms, you often are pre-assigned a room and the host just puts you into a room. what's going to happen at the district conference is there will be named rooms, and it might be something like first timers room or game room 1, game room 2, game room 3, or something hopefully a little more specific so that you can pick and choose which ones you want to go into. And you can feel free to go in and out. We'll have those maybe during breaks, we're going to try to give you lots of breaks because we know it's a long time to sit in front of the computer or your phone or wherever you're watching from. But we're trying to make it as much like a in-person conference as we can, with those opportunities to meet up with your Toastmasters friends that you already know and to hopefully make new friends, because that, for me, is the greatest part of the conference. And as Rebecca said, we are going to do some of the evening things. I have no idea if people will hang out till midnight like they do in person, or if it will be a much shorter evening, but it's there. It'll be around. If you're willing to do it, we'll be there. So I'm curious, since we have more time, does anybody have something that they're looking forward to? If you're not curious about anything at the conference, what do you think will be better, and or what are you concerned about at the conference, if you have any concerns that it's virtual? Orville says in the chat that he thinks the games and breakout rooms sound exciting. So thanks, Orville. I think they do too.
Yeah, since no one is speaking and there is time, I think it's great that we're having a conference during this pandemic, because it could be otherwise. And during this time, during the past year, some organizations have been able to benefit or to use the challenges as opportunities to really grow and thrive. I don't know where we are as Toastmasters, what we've done internationally, but that's an opportunity there for us. And it just depends on how we look at it and how we're positioned to take advantage of the opportunities and how we make use of it. So this conference should be good. It is great that we're having this conference, we're having this question, and none of us here at least are concerned or perturbed about it. It just shows how far we have come since the beginning of the pandemic. So it's great. And I just want to say kudos to Rebecca and to all those who are planning this conference. And, I'm looking forward to it being exciting and being something that is memorable and useful.
Yeah, thanks, Orville. And in case you didn't catch, I know Rebecca mentioned that one of our presentations is from a group from Newfoundland. So clearly, if we weren't having a virtual conference, we would never be able to have that group come here and give a presentation, because there'd be no way we could afford to pay for them to come. We do typically pay for a keynote speaker. So David Brooks is not from Iowa. He'll be coming. And we have another speaker, I believe, who's from the state of Texas that is presenting for us. We probably will also have, during the candidate showcase, the 3 international director candidates from our region. We're hoping that they can all pop in and say hello, so that everyone who has a vote in August for the international conference will be able to at least have seen them, our regional candidates. So we really are trying to take advantage of the opportunity of being virtual, as well as giving it all the things that you love about a non-virtual conference.
I know others haven't spoken as yet, but are there any recommendations as to how we might go ahead and try to get members, more persons, more members to attend? Has this been part of the discussion in terms of how we will encourage and coax and motivate or whatever, not just to say, well, okay, those who know, and we just make a general thing. Is that part of the planning?
Yeah, so we have been planning on advertising as much as possible. I know one thing that we've been trying to encourage is having those who have heard about the conference talk about it at every meeting that they are at. So I know that we have been having communications sent out. I know from Matthew, we've been having some of those sent out. So we're able to get it to anyone who's on our listserv. I know we are also trying to work on getting a Facebook event set up so we can actually share it more and have that kind of recognition, because one thing cool, once again, about a virtual conference that we've talked about it before is that you don't have to be part of District 19 to come to our District 19 conference. If you find something super interesting or super cool, come on over. We'll love to have you. I mean, Iowa welcomes you is what the sign says when you come in, and we'll welcome you into our conference. So that's kind of what we're hoping, is that once we post on Facebook, we can share more too and have it kind of out there. So it has been part of our discussion to have more people hear about it so we can get as many people as possible. And so these next couple weeks, we'll have a lot of sharing going on and a lot of talking. So we're also hoping that helps. And then I see in the chat, there is a question about when the schedule of events will be ready. So we are close to our finalization steps. So within this next week, we will have it ready and looking good. When you get your packet, it will have the whole schedule in there as well. And we will make sure to also send out virtually copies of all these same sort of tidbits as well. One thing I didn't mention is that part of your swag bag packet are some different tips, such as how to use Zoom or some certain Zoom tips that we think are going to be helpful for this conference. Or we'll have the little brochure of this conference, because we know it's really important sometimes to have that physical copy to look at, and also just to keep as a fun little keepsake of, hey, this is from that conference I went to in 2021 when everything was crazy and it was virtual, but it was the best conference I'd ever been to, because I feel like we're all going to be saying that by the end. But yeah, we'll have the schedule out pretty soon, and we will make sure to get that out virtually as well as in those physical packets as well. That's a good question.
I'm really hoping that our members will take advantage of the networking opportunities. I know that some people are more adventurous than others in terms of roaming around our district or our region or across the world, visiting other clubs and making new friends. But some of us in our area are not quite that adventurous. And if by coming to the conference, you can hook up with friends that you haven't seen or heard or talked to for a while, it's a perfect opportunity to do it. I've attended a couple of networking opportunities through our directors training sessions. And what I find is that they start a little slow because everybody's just figuring out who all is there and where you're all from. But once a topic comes up, it seems like they really start rolling, and it is a wonderful opportunity just to connect and catch up. So please, please, please visit the networking sessions. Take an opportunity to catch up with your friends. And I'm happy that we're offering that. I'm real curious again to see how the games are going to work out. So between gaming and networking, have a lot of socialization. And the mixology, that'll help things too.
This terminology that you just used, the mixology, it reminds me of a networking session that I went on a month ago. It's from a company called Network After Work, and there were 99 of us on the network. And what they did, they randomly shuffled persons into groups of 5 to 7 or so for 20 minutes, and we were able to introduce ourselves, make our pitch, and put our contact information in, and then we were moved back into the main room. And then for the next 20 minutes, another shuffle happened, and that went on for 2 hours, and it was really exciting. I do not know if you have anything like this or this part of what you're thinking about, but it just came to me as you talked about mixology.
That's actually a really cool premise too, and we're willing to hear more ideas too, and just kind of see. Like I said, we have some things planned, but that would be a really fun networking thing as well. A little popcorn activity almost, where you keep popping to different rooms and getting to meet different people, and then it will definitely bring that networking aspect too.
And I don't know, Betty, maybe you had this already on your list, but I don't want to run out of time before we talk about it, that this week, in the next week and a few days, will be all of our division contests. So we have Division X on Thursday, Division Y on Saturday, Division Z on Sunday, and Division W on Tuesday. So boom, 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 all of these conferences in the next week or 10 days. So, but even if it's not your division, feel free to pop in and watch, because these are the people who will be moving up to our district conference. And I know sometimes people tend to wait until the last minute to sign up for conferences. And often that's because, well, maybe something else will come up, or I want to see if I really want to do it. I just am procrastinating. But with a virtual conference, you're going to be able to be there. The weather's not going to impact it. There's all sorts of reasons why you can go ahead and sign up and be 100% confident that you will know people who are going to be in the contests. You probably know people who are running for office. You probably know some of the presenters. So don't hesitate. And please, as Orville mentioned and Rebecca mentioned too, please pass the word. When you go to your next club meeting, if you guys haven't been talking about it, if your officers haven't been sharing it yet, share it. If you're not an officer, go ahead and bring that up at the end of your meeting and make sure that everyone knows that everyone is welcome.
Yes, Carrie, thank you for mentioning all of the division contests that are coming up. I think it's awesome that they're all very close together. They're like, you have one night and then 2 or 3 nights later you have another one. So take advantage of the opportunity to get a sneak peek at our contestants. I'm sure that you will be welcome at each and every one of those division contests if you have the time to sit in. I know I'm looking forward to it. I've been to a couple of the area contests, multiple ones. I think it was awesome that we had 3 different groups that tried the joining of areas together, and had actually several different contests all at on the same time. Well, not at the same time, but on the same date. And it was really nice. It was really well organized, and most of them went really well. So it was interesting to see that concept in place. I know we were a little shy about it, but turned out that it was a really good idea. So I know I'm looking forward to the division contest, and I hope that you guys will be able to join us for that. And by the way, if you haven't volunteered to help at one, please get in touch with the division directors, because I know they're always looking for people to help fill the roles. Do we have any other questions for Rebecca or for Carrie in these closing moments tonight? Rebecca, I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and I want to thank you for taking on all the duties and responsibilities of the contest chair. I know you've got a lot of great people that have helped you along the way in terms of putting the different components together. So I thank each and every person who has been a committee member for you. We really, as you said, it's a first for us again, and I'm really looking done and the great opportunities that you're giving us. So thank you for joining us tonight and encouraging us all to be participants. Carrie, thank you as our program quality director for working with Rebecca and her committee and making sure that we've got everything in order and ready to go. I know it's going to be awesome. So thank you all. And thanks for signing in tonight. If there are no other questions, we will all say good night.